ever-explosive world of 90-Day Fiancé, drama is never far away. But sometimes a single decision can ignite speculation, suspicion, and emotional chaos all at once. This time, all eyes are on Jasmine. A solo journey, taken at the worst possible moment, has turned into one of the most talked-about shocks among fans, especially after Matt publicly questioned her alleged secret meetings with her ex, Dane. What looked like a simple trip has now become a symbol of doubt, trust issues, and unresolved emotions that may threaten everything they've built so far. Jasmine has always been known for her strong personality, emotional intensity, and unapologetic honesty, or at least that's how she presents herself. From the very beginning of her journey on 90-Day Fiancé, she captured attention with her fiery reactions and deep emotional needs. Fans either root for her passionately or criticize her harshly. But one thing has always remained constant: Jasmine's relationships are never boring. When she began her relationship with Matt, many believed this could be her chance at stability, a fresh start after messy past romances. However, the shadow of her ex-boyfriend Dane never truly disappeared. According to Matt, cracks began to show when inconsistencies in Jasmine's story started piling up. Small details didn't align. Phone calls ended abruptly, messages were deleted, and then came the biggest red flag: Matt's suspicion that Jasmine had been meeting her ex Dane in secret. While Jasmine denied any wrongdoing, the damage was already done. In relationships built on fragile trust, suspicion alone can feel like betrayal, even without solid proof. Then came the moment that shocked fans everywhere. Right after Matt openly questioned Jasmine's loyalty, she decided to travel alone. No Matt by her side, no emotional reassurance, just Jasmine, packing her bags and leaving, while their relationship stood on uncertain ground. For many viewers, this decision raised immediate questions. Was she seeking space to clear her mind, or was she running away from confrontation? Worse still, was this trip connected to Dane? Social media quickly exploded with theories. Some fans defended Jasmine, arguing that a woman has every right to travel alone and prioritize her mental health. Others weren't convinced. They pointed out the timing, calling it suspicious and emotionally irresponsible given Matt's concerns. In the high-stakes world of 90-Day Fiancé relationships, perception often matters just as much as truth. Matt, on the other hand, appeared visibly shaken. In past episodes, he had shown patience, often choosing calm discussions over heated arguments. But this situation tested him in ways nothing else had. Being in a relationship where distance, secrecy, and unresolved past relationships intersect can slowly eat away at one's confidence. Matt admitted that he felt torn between wanting to trust Jasmine and fearing he was being played. His concern wasn't just about Dane, it was about whether Jasmine was truly ready to fully commit to him. Jasmine's history with Dane remains a sensitive topic. From what has been revealed, Dane wasn't just a casual ex. Their relationship carried emotional weight, unfinished conversations, and possibly unresolved feelings. Jasmine has previously admitted that letting go of her past hasn't been easy. For Matt, this admission acted like both honesty and warning at the same time. Loving someone who still carries emotional ties to an ex can feel like competing with a ghost you can't confront. As Jasmine's solo trip continued, the silence between them grew louder. Calls became fewer, messages shorter. The emotional distance expanded, mirroring the physical miles between them. Fans noticed every detail: Jasmine's social media posts, her captions, her expressions. Was she happy? Was she missing Matt? Or did she look relieved? Critics were quick to judge. Many argued that if Jasmine had nothing to hide, she would have stayed to address Matt's fears head-on. To them, traveling alone at that moment felt like avoidance. Supporters, however, painted a different picture. They claimed Jasmine may have felt overwhelmed, accused, and emotionally exhausted. Sometimes, distance is the only way to prevent a relationship from imploding completely. The truth, as always, likely lies somewhere in between. Relationships under public scrutiny rarely get the luxury of private healing. Every argument becomes content. Every silence becomes suspicion. Jasmine and Matt are not just navigating love, they're navigating cameras, public opinion, and relentless fan speculation. As the season progresses, one question looms larger than ever. Can trust be rebuilt after doubt takes root? Even if Jasmine never met Dane during her solo trip, Matt's suspicion has already altered the foundation of their relationship. Trust, once cracked, doesn't easily snap back into place. For Jasmine, the challenge is clear. She must decide whether she's willing to offer transparency strong enough to quiet Matt's fears. For Matt, the decision is equally painful. Is love worth the constant anxiety of wondering who truly holds your partner's heart? This shocking moment may become a turning point. Either it will force them into deeper honesty, or it will expose the incompatibilities they've been trying to ignore. 90 Day Fiancé has shown time and again that love isn't just about passion, it's about commitment, reassurance, and emotional accountability. As fans wait for what happens next, one thing is certain. Jasmine's solo journey isn't just about travel, it's about identity, independence, and the uncomfortable question of whether love can survive when the past refuses to stay buried. And until the full truth comes out, the mystery surrounding Jasmine, Matt, and ex-Dane will continue to fuel one of the season's most intense storylines. As Jasmine's solo trip unfolds, what becomes most clear is that this story is no longer just about suspicion or an ex named Dane. It's about what happens when trust is tested under pressure, when love is forced to survive in front of millions of watching eyes. For Matt, every mile between them feels heavier than the last. Distance doesn't just separate bodies, it amplifies fears, especially when questions remain unanswered. Matt has always portrayed himself as someone willing to fight for love. He listened, compromised, and tried to understand Jasmine's emotional world. But now he stands at a crossroads that many 90 Day Fiancé cast members eventually face. How much doubt is too much? At what point does understanding turn into emotional self-destruction? Jasmine, meanwhile, appears calm on the surface, but calm does not always mean clarity. Her solo journey may have given her space, but it also forced her to confront uncomfortable truths. Love cannot thrive in ambiguity forever. The freedom she feels traveling alone may be real, but freedom inside a committed relationship comes with responsibility. Being independent doesn't mean being invisible to a partner's emotional needs. When confronted about Dane once again, Jasmine's reactions speak louder than words. Defensiveness mixes with frustration. She insists she has done nothing wrong, yet avoids full transparency. This emotional contradiction becomes the heart of the problem. Innocence alone isn't enough to rebuild trust. Reassurance is required, consistency is required, and sometimes sacrifice is required. The mention of Dane continues to hang in the air like unfinished business. Whether or not anything inappropriate truly happened, the emotional bond from the past clearly never healed completely. For Matt, it doesn't matter if meetings were innocent. What matters is the feeling of being second place to a history he cannot compete with. No relationship can survive when one partner feels like a temporary chapter in someone else's unfinished story. As fans analyze every scene, the audience becomes divided once again. Some viewers see Jasmine as a woman unfairly judged for her independence and strong personality. Others see red flags they've witnessed too many times before on the show. This division mirrors the real-world complexity of relationships, where truth is rarely black and white. Matt's silence near the end of the storyline is perhaps the most revealing moment. No explosive argument, no dramatic accusations. Just a man quietly questioning whether love should feel this uncertain. Sometimes the most heartbreaking moments are the quiet ones, where hope fades without a fight. Jasmine, sensing the shift, finally realizes what's at stake. The threat is no longer rumors or online speculation, it's losing Matt for good. Her words become softer, but the damage may already be done. Relationships don't collapse from one action alone, they collapse when patterns repeat and lessons go unlearned. This story leaves viewers with an uncomfortable truth. Love without trust is survival, not happiness. And survival demands energy that eventually runs out. As the season nears its end, there is no clear villain, only two imperfect people navigating fear, attachment, and unresolved pasts. Jasmine must decide whether she is truly ready to close old doors permanently. Matt must decide whether his emotional peace is worth risking again. 90 Day Fiancé has always been about more than visas and distance. It's about human vulnerability laid bare. And in this storyline, vulnerability cuts deep on both sides. In the end, Jasmine's solo trip may be remembered not as an act of betrayal, but as the moment everything came into focus. Sometimes distance reveals what closeness was hiding. It shows who we are without distractions, and what we're willing to fight for or let go. Whether Jasmine and Matt reunite stronger or drift apart for good, one lesson remains clear. Love demands honesty even when it's uncomfortable, reassurance even when it's exhausting, and closure even when the past refuses to stay silent. As fans, we will wait for the final decision, the final conversation, the final outcome. But for now, the question lingers in the silence left behind. Was Jasmine's journey an escape or a goodbye? Okay, thank you friends for watching this video till the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys.